Right, we're with Wellington assistant manager after a 3-0 home defeat against Bridon Ropes. Mike, I thought that was fairly comprehensive. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely. I felt they deserved it from first to last minute. I thought they were a bit hungrier, a bit more conviction in front of goal. They hurt us out wide. I thought they had a good game plan. They had two very, very good pacey wingers. I thought their striker was very good. He held up the play, linked the wingers in well. I think once they got the early goal, I think we were a bit nervous. We struggled to get a bit of a foothold in the game. Felt for the second part of the first half, we sort of made it a bit more solid, a bit more difficult for them to get through, but we never really sort of had a threat going forward. And then second half, just again an early goal sets us back again. Everything we've talked about half time. But you know, it is what it is. I think just fair play to them. I think they deserved the 3 points today. I think I'll probably take the blame for that today. I just don't think the system worked. I think maybe the selection, the system just wasn't right today, and we struggled to see the changes that would have got a result today. So it's just one of those things, unfortunately.
Did you consider changing the system early in the first half, Mike?
Yeah, I think there was a couple of times very early on where we thought maybe a bit more pace and maybe a bit more width with an extra man in the middle would have helped, but it's difficult when you're doing it early on. I think there's a fine line between brave and foolish. You know, we kept sort of getting a little foothold in the game, but if I look back on it, I don't think we were ever more than just solid. You know, I don't think their keepers made a save or anything really of note. But you know, disappointed obviously.
They should have been 3-0 up after 10 minutes, Mike. Easily, yeah.
Jack's made at least two very, very good saves. I thought he'd saved the third goal. He got a strong hand to the shot, but you know, it's just not worked today. I think we've talked about a couple of things in change rooms before the game and at half time. We haven't said much afterwards. I don't think it needed a dressing down or anything. I mean, we will have a long hard think this week and we'll have a chat about what's not worked and what can be better. But you know, maybe I'll take the blame for that today. I think the players have been superb all season. We knew that we were going to have a bit of a blip in form. I think it's always a bit difficult when you've been on a long unbeaten run and you lose a game and you lose it in a way that we weren't happy with, and then you concede an early goal in the next game, and maybe thoughts that are in your head that maybe weren't in the players' heads a few weeks ago. So I think maybe it's a bit more of a mental thing at the moment. But we've put ourselves in a position where we're disappointed that we've lost today, obviously, but disappointed still with a 6-point lead at the top of the table. So it could be a hell of a lot worse. We just need to make sure we address what's not working and get back to the bits that were working early on in the season.
Do you think with a few more tweaks, if you'd have done a different system, different personnel, that you could have stopped them today? Because I thought they were bright, they were quick, they were young, they were fit, they were organised, they went forward a lot, and I thought to come away to the side at the top of the league and put in a performance like that, for me, was very impressive.
Yeah, I felt they did to us what we've done to other sides. Like you said, they were very, very attacking. They certainly didn't come to defend. I thought they were fair. I thought they battled hard. I thought they stuck together. Had a real togetherness. I thought Jacob, their number 8 in the middle, who we know well from pre-season, I thought he had an excellent game. I thought he dictated things. And then, as I said, the two wingers, very, very bright, very energetic, very pacey.
Centre back as well, had a great game.
Yeah, and the striker, you know, he does a lot of what our strikers, Golden and Ali, have done. You know, it's a lot of the unselfish work, a lot of bringing other players into play. And look, maybe who knows? Maybe a different shape, different system, different personnel. It's all with some buts in it, but
a lot of the goals were down to us. Do you think we're giving the ball away and putting ourselves under pressure? And
I think we'll always look at, even if someone scores a 30-yard thunderbolt, we'll always look at where we gave it away and where we could have closed them down and where we could have done better. I think we could have done better on all 3 goals. Definitely the third, but it's a counter-attack, it's a breakaway. We're trying to make something happen. There's a million things could have been better today. A million things from me, Dimo, down to the players. But you know, sometimes I think as a management team, or certainly myself, you have to look at what you haven't done right and things that you could have done better. And I think that's where I'm sort of thinking today at the moment.
I thought they could have scored 6 or 7 or 8, Mike. I think Jack's made 2 or 3 good saves. They've missed a couple of absolute sitters.
Yeah.
And you know, they've scored 3. I just thought we didn't create anything in the final third either. It's hard for Ali and Ryan, and then you substitute Ryan to put Ty on. Was there not did you not think of throwing an extra man up front and having the 2 big guys and Ali and just having a go and trying to hit them?
Yeah, I think it was too. Yeah, I just don't think we were creating from the back going forwards. You know, as we've always said from the very start of the season, we'll defend from the front, we'll attack from the back, and I just don't think we did. We weren't using the ball well enough. We weren't bringing it out well enough. We weren't pushing high enough. We weren't holding it when we were getting it forward. We weren't moving it quick enough. It was a series of things. So you know, honestly, there could have been any number of changes we could have made, but I think it's. You know, I don't even think with hindsight probably could have played for another couple of days and wouldn't really have troubled the keeper. But you know what, maybe it's just one of those things. We're getting to a sticky period of the season. We've said for the last few interviews, you know, we're coming through a tough couple of months, and we've done really well in a tough couple of months. It's just unfortunate we've lost 2 games on the bounce, but you know, it's how we react to those and how we bounce back. So
of all the 6 first against second games, you've only lost 1. That's a formidable record.
Yeah.
But having lost 2 games on the top, Mike, one to a physical side that were in your face, and another to a youthful, quick side that had a go at you, is it a bit concerning? You've lost 2 games to 2 different sides, 2 on the bounce.
No, not concerning. Disappointing, definitely. I think today was a mental thing. Definitely a mental thing. I think there was times when it looked like we weren't working hard enough. Times when we were making silly decisions, times when we were trying things that we haven't tried or talked about all season. And I think you have to understand, you know, it's very easy for, you know, you can build up a head of steam and a run of form and some real confidence, but it's very easy and very quick for it just to creep away and for doubts to sort of creep into players' minds. And that's why I said, look, there wasn't a need for a dressing down in the change room today. No one's happy with that. Everyone looks like they've played for 180 minutes. It's coming to an end of a very, very tough run, and unfortunately we've not been at our best in the last 2 games, and the opposition have. I mean, certainly today I thought they were very good. And, you know, sometimes you just got to hold your hands up, and I think we've made mistakes, and I think they've been very, very good and deserved it. So fair play to them.
There'll be a few sides looking there going, Wellington are creaking a little bit at the top. They're feeling it a bit, and they'll fancy having a go. What are we going to do as a club, and are you going to do as management and players going to do to make sure that, you know, we don't give them more than a sort of chink of light?
Yeah, I think we need to get back to what we've been doing well. We need to get that belief back, and the easiest way, I mean, I'll make it sound simple, but the easiest way to do that is to work hard and to show that togetherness that got us into that position in the first place. As you said, you know, it's disappointing we've lost 2 games on the bounce, but last week was the first game we've lost in a year and a half, I think, certainly the first game all season, and then today is the first game we've lost out of 6 against the second in the league. You know, sometimes these things just come. It's unfortunate they're together, but if you'd have said at this stage of the season we'd have been where we are in the position we are, and having played as we have with the points gap that we've got, I'd have taken it all day long. So it's just a case of getting back to basics again very quickly, reacting very quickly, and just making sure that it's a blip and not a run.
It'd be a benefit to us now moving forward, the fact that we've got Smudger back, we've got Lambs, and is Brownie out for much longer?
Hopefully around Christmas. I think we've sort of said for a while if we could get him back before Christmas it would be good. I think in all honesty, if he's back in January, that will be a real bonus and a real plus and a boost to the side. We've missed someone of his. I think he's quite unique. Yeah, he breaks lines and he picks passes that other people can't see. But you know, you've just highlighted how much the side's chopped and changed over the last few weeks because of injuries, because of suspensions, because of changes. So, you know, that hasn't helped as well, hasn't helped players. We haven't had the consistency that we would have wanted. But you've got to deal with these things as players and as management. You know, it's never going to be that easy that we can just have the same 11 every week and we're not going to get any suspensions and we're not going to get any injuries and every team's going to roll over. The positive for me is that I think, like you said, I think teams will look now and think, oh right, they can be got at. And I think we'll look to exploit that now. I think we'll go back to looking to attack as we have been, and we've just got to get we probably just need a scrappy 1-0 win just to get the out of our system and then get back into a run of form, but got to be positive going forward, hopefully.
Right, thanks for talking to us, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, Tom. Cheers.